Go on.
Uh-oh.
Get over here, away from the And remember,
Guys,
this is your building, but we're going to look at somebody else's building. The construction, for sure, they're doing the right thing, and they're going to fix those things too. That's what you're going to look at, is to see that this is just not a problem in here, it's a problem everywhere because not enough people know about this problem. But now, let's take a look up. The first thing you look for is evidence of maintenance. Any hex head bolts when you start looking up? Where? On the treads? So look on the treads. Well, square heads or hex heads? Hex heads or square heads? No, they look like hex heads to me. Looks like somebody fixed those.
Yeah, they
look like hex heads. Wow, and you guys were ready to rip this guy apart. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Look at the squares down here. Just concentrate down here. This box, square heads or hex heads? Yeah, 5 sides, right? So these are hex. So that looks good so far, right? All right, guys, you guys are ready to knock this thing down. That's a problem. So let's take a look at the next one, see if there's anything. Or we'll go over one first, and then we'll walk down this way, because right around the corner there's some great stuff, which is right down by your eyes. Well, let's look at this, guys.
great
So
stuff.
let's go around the corner, because there's some nice parts here.
Aquí sí está bueno ahora.
Get everybody right here.
Right.
Now,
Está bloqueado, está todo rusty.
okay, so now let's look up. First of all, the first thing you always have to, more paint than rust or more rust than paint? More rust than paint, right? So that means every connection is compromised. So as soon as you let it rust too much, you've got compromise. Now, let's say they painted it though, with a nice paint job, and it was as red as that one. So now look for the original hardware. Look for square head bolts and look for rivets. You see any rivets? All rivets on this right. Now look at the ladder system. Look at everything connecting the ladder. Any square heads or any rivets? Any shiny bolts of any kind? All right. So if somebody said that this part is passable, would you agree or disagree with it? All right, now let's look at the treads. Look at all the rust inside the treads that could hurt somebody. If you look up the treads and you start seeing pieces that are separating, and you got rusty tears in all the treads, so you think any of those treads could give way in your future? Yeah. When you're going up to take the tree, somebody says, oh, get the plants off the thing. But the one that's going to clean the stuff off the fire escape is not the tenant who's left already. It's you. And sometimes in order to get there, you have to climb up the very treads. Now, let's take a look at connections into the wall. And use this side here. Look how bad the connection is on the supports down here. You guys see any new bolts down on the supports down here? You see anything? Any cement work? You see a lot of rust in every connection? So sometimes it's this easy. It's this easy to see the problem. But now let's go back to going straight down and around the corner. Some of your fire escapes are very close to the ground. You're going to be able to see on that one. So let's look at it now.